Hey, Sloth here. I'm doing the match breakdown this time. First stage of the day was a pistol stage, pretty straightforward. Just consisted of making 3 hits on the target, plate, and the back. After your initial 3 hits, you were allowed to move up from the cone in the back to the barrel closer to the target, and then alternate between the 2 barrels on that line. Every time you made an additional 3 hits, 3 hits from each barrel counted as 1 bonus, which was subtracted from your total time of 60 seconds. My biggest problem on the stage is that it was only my second match wearing my plate carrier, and that does impact how I need to be holding my pistol to be hitting consistently. That's just going to be a practice issue that I need to work on. And then we have Mage's Run. He did a little better than me, getting 1 additional bonus, and then a couple of additional shots, which did not count for a bonus. I feel pretty confident saying that if this weren't his first stage of the day, he would have finished that sequence and locked in the bonus, but his first stage is usually his weakest. That said, there were a couple of shooters who received no bonuses at all for this stage. So it could have gone better, but it certainly could have gone worse. Next up was the remote brutality stage. This one was scaled down somewhat due to the limitations of the range itself. Overall, though, it was the same basic setup of standing, crouching, and then prone position, running over to the other box, and then repeating the sequence as many times as you can within 60 seconds. This is supposed to be modeled in such a way that you are going as fast as you can, and if you are not missing at all, then you could probably be going faster. So in that spirit, I managed to get off more shots than I had in my nominally official remote brutality entry, but I didn't actually get any more hits because, that's as many as I can get in 60 seconds apparently. But since speed is the main goal here, I would say that taking more shots, even if I don't actually make more shots, is still progress, and sooner or later I'll make those actually be hits. I can say something similar about Mage's performance at this match. He attained a new PR at the Tucson match the week prior, but he did not have any misses. This week he got 1 or 2 additional shots off compared to last week. However, he did not actually get any additional hits. So that's sort of the midpoint between the two. And again, if you aren't missing, you aren't going fast enough.
I think I got 10 hits. I might have got 10 or 11. I think I actually got 12 hits off. Yeah. And then 2 of them I would say was kind of on the border, but I didn't take it. So maybe like 2 misses. That one I did pretty good.
Stage 3 was a pretty classic run and gun. The one twist that you had was that you had to knock down the popper at the beginning, and if you did so successfully, you were allowed to switch over to your rifle. And if you missed the popper after your first attempt, during which you would have only 1 round loaded in your handgun, then you were required to finish the burst with pistol only. Now, this was intended as a natural penalty. However, I think the amount of time it takes to unsling your rifle realistically doesn't get you any further ahead unless you're pretty bad at pistol. And in fact, Mage finished under par with full neutralization of all paper targets. However, he did not realize that he had another opportunity to knock down the popper, so he did get 1 penalty for that, as he left it up after his initial miss. You can see that I took a second shot at the popper and got it the second time. Unfortunately, in my effort to finish under par, which I did do successfully, I failed to neutralize two of the targets, leaving me with 2 penalties in comparison to Mage's 1 for the popper. Stage 4 consisted of a 200-yard shot from multiple shooting positions where various props were provided. Now, Mage came at it with a fantastic strategy of relying primarily on his bipod. And he also recalled that you were allowed to start on target. Now, this should have gone very well for him. Unfortunately, he had a bit of a wardrobe malfunction and had to contend with his helmet sliding down over his forehead. Not really sure how that ended up happening. It was fine the last time you wore it to shoot, but things happen, I guess.
Nicely done, sir.
Meanwhile, I can't actually say that I really did any better in this situation. I was pessimistic and optimistic about the wrong things. I had in my mind that, hey, I've shot from 200 yards before, and that wasn't a problem for me. I can do that offhand. Now, pro tip, the size of the target matters. Yeah, okay, obvious, I know. But my thinking was that I would lose more time getting out of prone position compared to trying to take a couple extra shots offhand. I was dead wrong. I finally started making some progress after I started bracing against one of the props. However, by then my time was mostly expended. As it turns out, a 60-second stage just doesn't really give you a lot of time to recover from a strategic error. So neither one of us really finished strong, but hey, it was a learning experience. We'll do better next time.
Uno!